Welcome to your Marx Max Muscles Amateur Grand Prix. This, of course, is a tournament that I am putting on featuring men that never once competed for the Olympia title. Greg Kovacs takes on Vince Comerford. This is an interesting comparison as these guys are so different from each other. I might receive some criticism on my choice for this one, but I am going with Greg Kovacs. He is just too massive. Plus, Vince is almost hitting him most muscular, so I'm taking that into consideration. It's the only thing close to a front relaxed position I could find for this man. Look at the small waist and flaring lats in the part of Greg Kovacs. It's just so massive, hard to stand beside this guy. 1-0 Greg. Again, this is very hard to make a comparison with these two men. Greg is just so much bigger. But I think it's pretty evident in this one here that Vince Comerford is superior. He has awesome genetics. Most of these guys in this tournament somewhat have ugly genetics in a way, otherwise they would have turned pro. But a lot of them from the 80s, early 90s, such as Vince, have primo genetics. This man looks fantastic. Although his height definitely hurts him, I am edging a slight victory here in the front double bicep. Man, it's hard to vote against Greg. Look how big he is. I guess we're actually going to use a photo shoot picture for Vince Comerford. I'm afraid that I'm going to have to be a little bit more lenient in this tournament. Not like the gladiator rounds. I am very strict competition only. But for this one, I am going to be a little bit more lenient, like I said. It's not quite as serious as the gladiator rounds. So I'm allowing to use some photo shoot pictures, such as this one of Vince Comerford. But this is impossible for him to win over this big man. I'm sure if he was the same size, it would be more of a battle. But that tricep itself on Greg is bigger than Vince's entire body, and I have to give him a slight edge in this pose. And here is the first back comparison. And like I said about me being lenient towards photo shoot pictures, I know I am the first one to speak out against screenshots. They distort everything. But here I have 2 screenshots displayed. I am a hypocrite, yes. But like I said, I am a little bit more lenient, a lot more lenient, I guess. I'm really putting my hair down for this tournament. So we're allowing screenshots if I need to use them, which I definitely had to. Vince Comerford had no pictures of his back. He has a very square back. He has all the muscle in the world, thick traps, but no V-taper to speak of. Greg Kovacs, this was earlier on in his career. He was unreal, this man. Look at the vascularity. Keep in mind, he's 6'2", 6'3", possibly 6'4". Just dwarfing everyone on that stage. He had an awesome package back then. Definitely takes a point here. Again, here in the rear double by, there's just no way. Poor Vince couldn't come close to this massive back of Greg Kovacs. He has a Christmas tree. That is probably the largest Christmas tree ever produced by a bodybuilder. I mean, he has a lot of criticism on how big his waistline got later on in his career, and his physique really fell apart, but he possessed this physique at one time, and it was incredible. Look at his delts. His shoulder muscle, his delt, has more muscle than my entire body. For sure. Vince Comerford, once again, presents a very square back, all the muscle in the world, but just no shape. Looks like a fire plug. You're in the most muscular, and this was really the only picture I could find of Vince. It doesn't even look like him. Very young man, I believe. Greg Kovacs, this is a little bit later on in his career, and I could honestly deduct his point here because I see a large deposit in his left delt, his left shoulder muscle. Do you see that? Perhaps some synthol, perhaps some other site enhancement oil. There's a couple other ones that are very popular as well among bodybuilders. But I mean, there was another very fantastic screenshot I could have brought in here. But I think I'm going to give this one to Greg. Anyway, look at the mass. I mean, there's just no way this little boy, I guess you can call him a little boy, against a big man. I mean, Greg, he has a lantern jaw. He has a very older man look about him anyway. And Vince, very boyish look. So it is a boy against a big man. And I'm going to actually end it with this here, Abinthai, to give Vince Comerford a little pat on the back and give him his due. He's taking this Abinthai shot. So it isn't like he was totally flattened in this competition. He picked up a couple of points there, a fantastic front double bicep. Vince Comerford, not a bad bodybuilder at all. But of course, Greg Kovacs advances on in this tournament. And of course, the next matchup in this tournament features Paul Baker versus Lionel Brown. Two big studs. And of course, the winner of that one will clash against big Greg Kovacs. Wow, these second round matchups are going to be awesome. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day.